Why is it that some mornings feel like a coordinated dance, while others feel like a high-stakes wrestling match in a department store? You've been there. It's 7:15 a.m. in a frantic household. Maybe you're in the suburbs of Chicago or a cramped apartment in New York City, and your 3-year-old is having a complete meltdown because their toast was cut into triangles instead of squares. The answer isn't just toddlers being toddlers. The answer actually lies in the neurological launch sequence of the human brain. Research shows that 90% of a child's brain is developed by age 5, and the way you handle the first 60 minutes of their day determines whether that brain is wiring itself for chronic stress or for resilient success. If you're tired of the morning chaos and want to know how to literally reshape your child's future while you're still in your pajamas, this is for you. Most parents in the U.S. today are trapped in the hurry up cycle. We're taught by a fast-paced society that efficiency is king. We think that if we just push harder, scream a little louder, or offer more bribes, we can get out the door faster. But here's the problem. When you yell, "Hurry up, we're going to be late for preschool," you aren't motivating your toddler. You are actually triggering their amygdala, the alarm center of the brain. When that alarm goes off, the thinking part of their brain, the prefrontal cortex, shuts down. They literally cannot cooperate with you because their biology is in fight or flight mode. Meanwhile, look at the families that seem lucky. The ones whose kids put their shoes on the first time they're asked. They aren't lucky. They've tapped into a secret. They understand attachment theory, the idea pioneered by John Bowlby that a child's sense of security is the foundation for all future independence. They aren't rushing. They are connecting. And the science proves they are winning the long game. This isn't just parenting advice, it's neuroscience. The Harvard Center on the Developing Child highlights a concept called serve and return. Think of it like a game of tennis. When a child serves an interaction, a look, a question, a cry, and the parent returns it with a warm, meaningful response, neural connections are built. In the morning, these connections are the bridge that carries a child through the stresses of the day. A study conducted over several years found that children who experienced high-quality connection routines in the morning had significantly lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, throughout the entire school day. What's even more shocking? These kids showed higher cognitive flexibility and better problem-solving skills by the time they reached 3rd grade. Their brains weren't just happier, they were more efficient. They were wired to view the world as a safe place where they had agency, rather than a chaotic place where they were constantly being managed. Let's talk about the C.A.P framework. It stands for connection, autonomy, and predictability. This framework was adapted from clinical child psychology to turn the morning battleground into a launchpad. It's currently used by top developmental specialists in Los Angeles and Boston to help high-stress families regain control. It's simple, it's fast, and it works because it speaks the language of the developing brain. Routine number 1, the 5-minute snuggle. The goal here is simple: connection before direction. Before you ask them to brush their teeth, before you ask them to eat, you must fill their attachment tank. Imagine a mom named Jessica in Seattle. Every morning, she used to burst into her son Liam's room, flip on the lights, and start listing chores. Liam would immediately hide under the covers and scream. Now Jessica does the 5-minute snuggle. She crawls into bed with him, whispers, "I'm so happy to see your face today." And they just exist together for 5 minutes. No demands, no hurry-ups. This small act floods Liam's brain with oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Oxytocin is the direct antagonist to cortisol. By the time Jessica says, "Okay, let's go see what's for breakfast," Liam's brain is in a state of yes. He feels safe, so he's willing to follow her lead. If you skip this, you are trying to drive a car with no gas. You'll get nowhere, and you'll ruin the engine trying. Routine number 2, the power choice protocol. This builds autonomy. Toddlers are in a developmental stage where they are desperate for power. If you don't give them healthy power, they will take unhealthy power through tantrums. The way you do this is by offering 2 positive choices for every task. Do you want to wear the blue socks or the dinosaur socks? Do you want to hop like a bunny to the bathroom or stomp like an elephant? You are still the boss. The socks are getting on, and they are going to the bathroom. But the child feels like they are the architect of their own life. This activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for executive function. You are literally training them to be a leader instead of a follower. I knew a dad in Miami who struggled with his daughter refusing to sit in her car seat. He started asking, "Do you want to climb in yourself, or do you want me to lift you in like a rocket ship?" Suddenly, the battle became a choice. The resistance vanished because her need for autonomy was met. Routine number 3, the narrative walkthrough. This is about predictability. To a toddler, the world is a series of random, confusing events. The narrative walkthrough acts like a GPS for their brain. You narrate the morning as it happens. First, we are putting on our shoes. Then we are grabbing our backpacks. And last, we are walking to the car. This reduces transition anxiety. When a child knows exactly what is coming next, their nervous system stays regulated. Think of it like a sports commentator. "Oh, look at that. You've got your coat on. Now we're heading to the door. 1, 2, 3 steps." It sounds silly, but it provides a cognitive map. Without this map, every change, like leaving the house, feels like a sudden, scary abandonment of their current safe activity. So, how long does it take to see results? If you start tomorrow, here is your roadmap. In weeks 1 and 2, you are in the resistance phase. Your toddler might still test the boundaries because they are used to the old, chaotic system. They're thinking, "Is mom really going to stay calm?" Don't give up. Your goal is simply to stay consistent with the 5-minute snuggle. By day 7, you'll notice a small shift. They might stop screaming when you mention the word shoes. By day 14, you'll see the rhythm phase. This is where the brain starts to hardwire these new patterns. You'll notice they start anticipating the choices you offer. By month 3, you are in the rewired phase. This is where the magic happens. Their emotional regulation will improve not just in the morning, but at the grocery store, at the park, and with their peers. You are building long-term resilience. If you see them revert, maybe because they're teething or didn't sleep well, don't panic. Just go back to the snuggle. That is your home base. Now, let's troubleshoot the real world. What happens when you're in a genuine rush? Maybe you've got a 9 a.m. meeting in downtown Chicago and the traffic is already backed up on the I-90. You feel the panic rising. Your instinct is to yell, "Stop." The emergency pivot is to lower your voice and get on their eye level. The more you rev your engine, the more they will break. If they are having a meltdown, do not try to reason with them. A brain in a meltdown cannot hear logic. Instead, use the mirror technique. Say, "I see you are really mad that we have to leave. It's hard to stop playing." You aren't giving in. you are validating. Once they feel heard, their amygdala calms down. Then you can move to the power choice. I know you're sad. Do you want to carry your teddy bear to the car, or should I carry him? It feels counterintuitive to slow down when you're late, but 10 seconds of validation will save you 20 minutes of a tantrum. For those of you who want to take this to the next level, let's talk about co-regulation mastery. This is the secret sauce of elite parenting. It's based on mirror neurons. Your child's brain is literally scanning your nervous system to see if they should be afraid. If you are breathing shallowly and your shoulders are tight, their brain assumes there is a predator in the room. To master this, you have to regulate yourself first. Take 3 deep breaths before you even enter their room. If you can keep your heart rate low, their heart rate will eventually sync with yours. This is a level of influence that most parents never achieve. You aren't just managing their behavior. You are tuning their nervous system like a fine instrument. People will ask you, "How is your kid so calm?" And you'll know it's because you became the calm center of their storm. Let's recap what we've learned today. The hurry-up culture is a lie that breaks your child's brain. The truth is that connection is the fastest way to cooperation. Remember the C.A.P framework: connection through the 5-minute snuggle, autonomy through the power choice protocol, and predictability through the narrative walkthrough. This isn't just about getting out the door on time. It's about wiring a brain for a lifetime of success, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Your launch sequence starts tomorrow morning. Your first step, literally the minute you wake up tomorrow, is to resist the urge to check your phone. Don't let the world's chaos into your brain before you've connected with your child. Spend those first 5 minutes in the snuggle gap. Just 5 minutes. If you do this for 3 days straight, you will see the first signs of a rewired brain. You'll see a softer look in their eyes. You'll hear less no and more okay. I want to hear your stories. Comment below and tell me, what is the one part of your morning that feels the most like a struggle? I'll be responding to as many as I can to help you troubleshoot your specific routine. In our next video, we're going to dive into the 7-minute bedtime routine that stops nighttime wake-ups for good. You won't want to miss that. I'm so proud of you for doing this work. See you in the next one.